Hi, welcome back to Peggy from the Pearl Forest. Um, I guess you're not really welcome back to me. Hi, it's Peggy from the Pearl Forest. It's cold out here. I'm here with my puppy. We're out in our Arctic Journal project area. I've put out some different supplies so we can continue with our Black Friday project stuff. We've got some playing cards. Sorry, that was loud. A little tag. Here's some decorative elements. Here's some tag bases. Plus, there's these fall ones and some Rolodex cards. I have some magazine pages that I didn't find anything on them I really wanted that I'll use for glue pages. Our journal cover did dry and I folded it ready to go. We'll work on that another day when I bring out some pages to put in it. I've got miscellaneous supplies. I pour out some more magazine pages. There also is a couple envelopes we could cover. Our stickers are still down here from last time. Plus there's this tag that came off of a decor thing, and it has a string also that we could use. So here's a bunch of our Black Friday shopping things. Let's see what we can make. Hope you come along for the fun. Okay, so let's start by covering this. I think it's the very interesting shape that comes with the Kleenex box. Let's cover it with something interesting. I also have my paper cutter. Let's put this in our stack of things to do. Because I was thinking of cutting up some things in little 1-inch squares to cover things also. Why don't we do some of that first so I can just then use what's left. So let's see. Use some of this. I need to make this edge straight. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's been very cold and foggy in my neck of the woods. Hopefully it'll warm up before long. Let's see, we'll cut this words off, although I kind of like what it says. It says, inspiration is out there. Might save that for one of my journals. Might be fun to use. Okay, so this is around 5. So why don't we just go over here to 4? It's a little more than 5, I think. Okay, come on, this is thin. Cut some 1-inch strips. I've been making a bunch of ephemera out of things in my house too, where it's much warmer. Let's see, take a note of the time. I also am going to do some stack and whack on the cards, I think. I think that would be fun use of some of this stuff. Some of that green wrapping paper I can maybe cut into 1-inch strips too. Or card size pieces to use for stack and whack. Okay, so here's 1-inch strips. I'm not sure how long they are this way. A little less than 8, so we'll just even that up by putting it on 7. This one is not a 1-inch one, so I'm going to put it over here to get it out of the way. I think I'll just cut 1 strip to begin with. Find some other things to go with it. So that's one of them. I put a little ink mark on my cutter because you can't see where 5 is in between there. It's a flaw, I believe. So if you want to cut 5 inches, I was having to do the math in some way. This isn't real straight. To cut off the other end. So 5 was coming off this way. So like if my paper was 7 inches, then I'd have to come over, turn it around and cut a 2-inch piece so that 5 inches was left, because there was no mark there. So this is helpful to have it, to have it there now. Now if you didn't care how accurate these were, you could cut a whole bunch of them by hand and get them just approximate. So there's some. We could do some of this red to go with the blue. Do we want to just do like a checkerboard? We have gray. We have this color, some green. Oh, this looks really nice with that, so maybe we'll save that. Here's a pale blue. We have, maybe we should do this because this is kind of circly like that. Let's do that. I know we're gonna have to figure out where we can get in here and get some pieces. Okay, trim this end straight. Have people ever had their orange blade pop off? Mine's been doing that off and on today. Okay, so this is not quite 9. I want these over here. I was going to say I could just cut it and then I could have this to do, but I don't know if I'm going to all do that size, so let me see. Never mind. Let's see. We could go over here 4 inches. Set this side back over here. And then this will be a 1-inch strip, and 2 more of them. And our last one here, we'll just try some different things with them. Whoops. I find in this box that I've pulled out, I have way more bases than I have paper to put on it, so we're going to have to be adding some paper to cover them. But that's not a problem. Okay, so this is a little less than 11. So we'll come in here to 10 and get an even inch part. Put that one over there. Now, things to keep in mind is I have some cat journals coming up I'm working on. I have some dog ones. I have some farm ones. I have some winter snow ones and a bunch of other themes. So maybe I can make some things that possibly can go in those, but it's also fine to make general ephemera. We have the one book that we were going to do with nature. We have some architectural house things. I also have some computer journals I'm going to be doing. If you kind of think in mind where you might be going, instead of just general things, you can kind of be pre-making some things that you will find useful right away. A tip that I found is if you start at the bottom here, sometimes you can kind of ding it up, but if you go up and push it down a little bit beyond your edge of your paper and then go both ways, it doesn't ding up the edges as much. Okay, now this isn't gonna work for this, but this could. So wonder what the best, maybe down here, best use of this without wasting our paper, getting an interesting design on this. This might be nice for a water, ocean thing. It kind of has that vibe. Oops. Put this just right here. And I may have to use some of the art glitter glue. It looks like it's sticking. This would be good to have added to this other collection here. So maybe we can use the rest of that for that if we're not using it for this. Sometimes you have two sides that are good and you have to decide how you want to use it, but sometimes it's nice to use part of it with one side and part of it with another. And I know I have like words in here, but I don't have a lot of images in here. I do have a few things, so there might be something that can go on here, and if not, we'll be shopping around for some more things before long. Okay, so we'll set that aside. I hope you guys are having a good day and that you are coming along and crafting with me. But I'm fine if you just come and watch as well. So that's kind of cool. I like the shape. And we'll see what we want to do with that further. Okay, I wanted to do something where we could do the squares. That's probably bigger than I want. I think maybe if we use one of these, this might look good. Okay, so we have these 1-inch pieces, and we'll cut more if we need to. Make sort of a tile look would be interesting. It wouldn't even be bad if this cardboard showed through, like grout. So maybe we'll do that. Let's see how many of these will fit. How big is this? This is 5.5. So you can use, you might have to trim some off because they're not going to fit evenly. You can end up with 5 plus whatever we do. Kind of grout these, kind of like bathroom tiles. The sleeves are in play here. So since it's going to be 5 inches, we'd have 5 of these. Oh, maybe I need to have less grout. Get them in there. Maybe go back over this way some more. There we go. Now need to have sleeves rolled up a little bit. We also have some sequins we can put on things if we decide they would be good. I don't think so on this, but sometime I'm gonna make a whole journal that's the theme is circles. So that's something to think about too. I have lots of them planned. Oops, I don't want that one. Okay. I'm liking the look of that. What do you guys think? This is a nice fresh glue stick. I'm gonna need to cut some more blue ones. This is that's a blue one actually. This is a little thicker, so it kind of makes me feel like there's two sometimes, because it's a magazine cover. Okay, let's cut another blue one. All right, so take this. Need to cut this little purple piece off this end. That to get glue on my paper cutter. Line this up at 7. This one is small. Hopefully my glue doesn't dry that's on there. If it does, I'll just have to re-glue it. Actually, I think I just need 3. So let's take these 3 before it dries. That one looks different because it has a little bit of the this is of the light blue color on it. Probably would have been better to not do it that one. Let's see. Could go over it with another one. Want to cut one of these. Stick it on here. Sometimes I think, it could be operator error, but I think these cutters don't cut as accurate as you might want them to. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that being different. We'll cut one and put over it and see if that looks better. Probably you guys will have mixed feelings as well. Some people will not mind it and others will want to see it differently. I think I'm going to go with that. Oops, almost almost put it on the wrong one. So we'll just go over the top. So that one, I think this looks really nice. We'll put it aside to dry. And we could take a card and our glue paper. And what if we just put some stripes on here? Now some glue sticks, like I've said before, don't work as well on these cards. But this one seems to. This is Scott's permanent glue. And the art glitter glue works really well. Now one thing I've learned about the art glitter glue is they don't ship it out in the winter, so it must be affected by the cold. So because of that, I don't leave mine in the garage when I'm not out here, because I'm afraid it'll freeze or something. Let's see, is this one long enough? Maybe. Not quite. Not quite. So that's just 3 stripes on the card, one of which is smaller because there wasn't as much card, so it's not centered. We can add some other things to it, and like I've said before, I don't round these papers around the card with my scissors. I wait till they dry and use the corner rounder because I can't cut them as well. So here's a base that we can put something on. Would one of these look good with some pieces on it? I don't know. How about another card with some different pattern, maybe diagonally? We could just put, we could probably use the square. Oops. Put it, well, we couldn't put it on very much. Let's see. So, this in the corner. And do a blue one. As long as it comes all the way up and over the edge on each end. Let's see, we've got some more of this. There we go. Just need a shorter piece here. And it just barely gets to the corner, but it did. This one, oh, it's because the card is this way. Okay. Cut these off. So this one has stripes. Okay. So we'll use some more of these in a little while in some other way. Let's try stack and whack. The way I do those is I just take the card. You can trace it, but you can also just hold it and cut just a whisker bigger so that you don't end up with not enough. So just a little bit extra. And where's the red one? Let's see if we can get something out of that. Here. So for stack and whack, you need 5. I do not have 5 binder clips out here, so we're gonna have to just hang on to our stuff. But we need 5 papers. Here's an image we can put on something. Maybe that's a good use for this glasses. Waste them though, but let's just do this. You want something that when it's cut apart into smaller pieces, you'll not have like a big hunk of not much of anything. You'll actually have something that amounts to something. Okay, let's see. This one I have an idea for too. I'm kind of hesitant to use these pills. I want to, just because of the shapes and the colors, but I kind of just don't like the idea of putting pills on my in my book. Just, yeah. There's a cat down here. Now this is going to be mostly black, but they'll be a little bit different. Could have gone out into the salmon, I guess, but I might use that for something else. It says, what cats want. And if you haven't seen Stack and Whack, there are other videos you can see it on, but you can also go to my other videos and look in the playlist and find some Stack and Whack. Let's see, we can do this yellow, mostly just the yellow. Sometimes if you get enough big words or something, that those are nice too. Bigger. Remember, we're just shopped at home and we're using the stuff, that we can find around the house. Alright, come on. It's our glue paper. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's a nice order. This out of the way. So we're going to need 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we want to lay these out. Oh, look, I've got 7s. Pair of 7s. Okay, now we're going to do this without binder clips, which is not as good. You want to then tear this into 5 pieces. If there's a right side up, you want to keep the right side up. I don't believe, well, maybe the bottle one is probably the only one that makes a difference. So let's go that way. I want this one to go that way, so okay. So kind of stack them up. we'll tear off one piece. And see, sometimes they don't come out exactly right, but that works out anyway. Okay, so there's two. And yeah, so that's a problem, kind of. I think we might want to piece that back onto that. 3 and 4. Let's just put this in here. So you take the first pile and you put one on this one. Try not to put your sleeves through your pieces or you'll lose them. One here. So each in the stack and whack pile gets one piece from the pile. So we started here. So now we move over to here because this one isn't going to get this blue one. We have cold hands that aren't working as well anymore. We have blue. Red. Okay, as I say, we're missing something because otherwise we would have ended up with this there. We don't want that. So you go here, and then you go back over to that one. Okay, you get this one out, and we did that one. So this one goes here. So these come out looking like, got the black one missing again. They look like they go together. Like a set, but they're, each of them are different. Okay, so glasses, this one goes over there. And we have this one, which goes like that. That one back together. I have this one. And okay, yeah, that fits there. Okay, so the blue one goes here, and we have red, which seems to always stick to the black. And the glasses. Okay, there's red and the black and the glasses and the yellow. And then the last one is blue. And this one didn't get red so much. It ended up with maybe the red is over here. No, this is the red. Had more black, and that's the black. Glasses and yellow. So that's how those come out. Now we just take any random one. This one we'll take here so we can make some room. So I'm just going to put some glue on the card. I could glue the individual pieces, but I think this might work good. So put this corner in here and this corner. Now you can overlap them or stick them off over the edge to be trimmed, however you would like. Hopefully they cover the entire card, that's the idea. We did cut them a little big, so they might stick out, but if they have a little bit of card showing, it's not a big deal. You can swivel that one a little bit. Okay, so that's this one. The edges still need to be trimmed, but I think it makes an interesting card. And then we can put some kind of writing surface on the back. We have that book in here that has paper that we can put in there. That reminds me, we can, come on sleeve, we can make some things with that, those pages. think that will be next time we'll get those out. Okay. I know some people don't like to hear people's heaters running or whatever, but we are in the garage and the furnace is running. Nothing I can do about that. Okay, there's this one. Oops, this isn't up all the way to the edge I can see now. There, that's better. Okay, we'll do this one. Oops. Yeah, come on, don't stick to the fingers. Keep yourselves where you go. Oops, this one goes this way. So when we're done with our Black Friday shopping projects, hopefully we will have several pieces of ephemera. We do have 2 journal covers we've already made. If I bring in some additional things, we can have some pages and some things to put in the pages or on the pages. These red ones varied greatly because that red varied a lot. So that one needs to be over a little more. This is the one that lost part of its piece. So we'll put this on and then we'll fill this back in here. I think that's how it goes. Which doesn't lay as nicely as you might want it to, but like I said, when we're done, this can rotate some, that's a little better. When we're done, if a little bit of card peeks through, that's not a big deal at all. Kind of just adds character, actually. Okay. I think when we finish these cards, it will be it for today. Tomorrow we'll do some additional things. I may put some backs on these off camera. That's not very exciting. See what else we can make. Okay, this one came up a little short here. So we have a little bit of our spade showing, but that's okay. Whoops, we've torn this one asunder. Let's see, we have this on the bottom. This went here. That went up there. And this one went here. So, okay, we'll take those off. I should do some of these stack of wax for my farm ones I was working on. That would be a good choice for those journals too. I'm trying to use up a lot of stuff in my house as well as out here. Remember our yearly challenge to sort it out and use it up. I really want to achieve that. I've been trying to achieve that for a long time, and I just am declaring that this is the year that we will do it. So I'm not going to trim the edges right now because, whoops, because they're wet and they don't trim as well. But we have this one and this one, this one, this one, and this one. And we also made, down here, we made our tiled one. And we made this one. And then we also made, oops, we made these two. So we made all those. Thank you for coming along. And I'll prep some things for another one to see you another day. Take care and have a great day. I hope you find one full of love. This is Peggy from the Pearl Forest. Thanks for joining me.